call to order this meeting of the Greenfield Conservation Commission at 6:36 p.m. on May 10th, 2022. All commission members are present except Fletcher, who gave notice that he would not be attending tonight. This meeting is being held virtually, and if any technical interruption occurs and the meeting suddenly ends, it will not be resumed, and all items will automatically be continued to the next scheduled meeting date. Also, as you heard me say, this meeting is being recorded, and if anyone else is recording the meeting, you're required to let me know at this time or when you begin recording. Okay, hearing none, I will assume no one is recording. And we'll go to our agenda. The first item on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes, April 26, 2022.
Looks like there's, maybe it's just my screen, but is anyone else seeing kind of a template error on the minutes? Is that just my screen?
Let me open it up again. I don't have it open at the moment.
My computer is doing weird things today, so it could just be me.
I think it looks fine to me.
Okay, it's just me.
I like the like overlapping text that like overlaps the header.
Like on the first line where it says order of conditions, it says Roxanne Wiedegartner right above that on my copy, but is it just my computer screen? Does anyone else see that?
This is what I'm seeing for the first page here.
Can you scroll down a little bit?
I didn't notice anything.
Sorry, what page was that you were?
Nope, it's just mine. So mine looks completely different.
Okay.
That's great.
I've had that problem too, Kristen. I don't know if it's like a browser window or it's like if you open it up. I don't know. I've had that problem too in the past. This one looks fine to me, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have words that are rearranged like a puzzle, so it's hard for me to read it. Let me try to reopen it.
A motion to approve the minutes from April 26th, 2022.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes by Rachel, seconded by Erica. Any further discussion on the minutes? And we can give Kristen a minute since she isn't able to read them.
Okay, it opened up okay this time.
Okay. I know I read through it and I didn't personally find anything.
I'm good with it. Aye, Kristen, if that was already double motioned.
Yeah, we haven't voted yet, but
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, any further discussion? All right, hearing no further discussion, we can vote on the motion to approve the minutes. We'll do a roll call vote. Rachel?
Aye. Sorry.
That's okay. I wasn't looking at you, so I wanted to look to see, see if you were motioning. Yeah. Erica?
Aye.
Kristen?
Aye.
And I am also an aye. Sorry about my backlight. I got the sun setting right behind me right now. So that motion passes 4 votes 10 to 0. And to our agenda here. Next on our agenda is public hearing, notice of intent, annual maintenance at the Greenfield swimming pool at 31 Nash's Mill Road, map R27, lot 18. And do we have someone here for that project?
Alan told me he had a broken link. Oh, there he is.
Yep. Alan, we just got to your notice of intent. So as soon as you're up and running, let us know. Alan, I see you muting and unmuting, but we haven't been able to hear anything or see your video, unfortunately. You might need to try your speaker and microphone settings. Mitch, you said that Alan was communicating with you. Is is he letting you know anything right now about his situation?
Let me check. No.
Okay. Alan, are you able to maybe write a message in chat to let us know? I mean, we could move to the next agenda item and then come back, but yours is the only public hearing, so I don't want to feel like that kind of takes precedence over the other things on our agenda. Okay, I think maybe for the sake of time, maybe we should move on to another agenda item and then come back. Alan, let us know if you like reconnect or if it starts working, and we can go through our agenda and then come back to this one once your audio is working. I guess technically that would be we should make a motion to postpone discussion of the notice of intent for the Greenfield swimming pool until and that until Alan until his video is working, I guess, after we discuss further agenda items until his video is working. I don't know. That's a clumsy motion, but
All right, make a motion to
Go ahead, Erica.
well, is he calling in now? Maybe? I was gonna say, make a motion to delay the notice of intent for the Greenfield swimming pool until technical difficulties are resolved.
Second.
all right. Any further discussion on that? All right. Hearing none. We'll do a roll call vote. Rachel. Sorry, Rachel. Did you?
Aye.
Okay. Erica.
Aye.
Kristen.
Aye.
And I'm also an aye. Okay, so we will delay that until technical difficulties are worked out. The next item on the agenda is GTD Conservation Area Trail Maintenance. I'm not sure if I'm not sure. There's someone calling in. Could you please identify yourself? We're supposed to write down everyone's names on the minutes anyway. Okay, so I had asked Mitch to reach out to a couple people about Griswold because I talked to oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name right now. I talked to a Boy Scout troop leader who said that he would be happy to volunteer the Boy Scouts to build bridges and make signs and like do whatever kind of projects. But I don't think we have anyone here to talk about that. So
Yeah, he said he couldn't make it, but he seemed excited about helping. Just keep him in the loop. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So maybe
Same with that other person that wanted to help.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll catch up on that later. Next on the agenda is 193 Barton Road trenching question. And I see Nathan is here for that project.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Hello.
Hi. I sent an email earlier to Mitch. Did we get that with the photos?
I believe so. Let me go back.
Yeah, they're in the drive.
Oh, perfect.
I can pull those up.
So anyways, we're back here again. A couple of weeks ago, we were here. You guys approved us to bore under a stream on Barton Road for a new water line. And thank you for approving it. Since then, we just want to look into it just in case. We're hoping instead of boring under the stream, we can trench from the house down the middle of the driveway under the culvert that you see in that photo and then to the road. No wetlands will be impacted. There's a good photo there of it now, right down the center of it. We don't know if that's an option or not. but we're hoping it is. It'd be, the boring company wants a minimum of $3,000 to go under the stream. So we're hoping we can take this path here and, not touch any wetlands or anything around it, and, connect this house here to town water. But I want to run it by you guys and on the thoughts on, is this possible to do?
Can you say a little bit more about the trench size, and then how do you get? Are you still boring then underneath the culvert, or how does that work?
So the trench size, it's going to be a 12-inch trench from the house to the road. At the culvert itself, we might go a little bit wider just so we can jump down in the pit and manually push a pipe under the culvert. The culvert itself is only 2 feet wide. It's 36.5. It's 3.5 feet deep underground. So we're going to be probably 4.5 feet total on depth. So it'll only be a 2 foot boring just by hand, just underneath it to push it through, and the rest of it will just be a 12-inch ditch end to end. In and out in a day. We'll pick a nice dry day, so there's no rain, no where piles we create. We'll just push them back over, pat them down when we're done. And, but we'll install another silt fence on the other side of the driveway, just to have it there, just in case.
Are there any other questions from the commissioners?
Is that going to make more fill than you had anticipated before?
Say that again. More
like dirt piles?
It will make more of a dirt pile because we're going to trench the entire distance, but it's only 12 inches wide by 4 feet deep. Any pot, okay. But by nightfall, the entire trench will be filled back in and compacted.
Okay, you're gonna use the same. You need the same dirt back in. Okay.
So, yep. All goes right back in. Yep.
I'm looking at the photo of the culvert, and the top of the culvert looks like it's maybe, I don't know, 6 inches below the top of the grade of the driveway. Does that sound right?
It's about the top. Let's see. The bottom of the culvert is 3.5 feet. So top would be minus 2 feet. So it'd be 2 feet. I'm doing the math right in my head. From the top over.
Okay, so you're trenching over the culvert. So you're
going under the culvert.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go under. We'll go under the culvert by 6 inches to a foot underneath the culvert. But ideally, deeper the better at the culvert mark, just in case in the future if there's any culvert issues when replacing the culvert, they're not going to hit a water line.
Yeah, absolutely. That culvert's a little undersized to begin with, so it possibly could be upgraded at some point.
And what you're looking at there, that the water you see there, that's kind of a pool it's created, but the river itself, the stream is much smaller than you see there. It's not that big. That just happens to be a little pond is created itself. And the other side of the culvert kind of shows the size of the stream.
So that's the inflow?
Yeah, that's the inside. Yeah, that's the in. Yeah, and that's it's just the springtime where it's what is it hasn't rained in a little while now, but that's steady flow lately.
Yeah, it looks undersized. It has some erosion and some scouring on the downslope and some kind of damming on the upside, which I don't know. I think it's smart to go the deeper the better, just in case that culvert is replaced at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I doubt they'd put a box culvert in, but you never know. It could be 36-inch diameter.
All right. Yeah.
So it sounds like it sounds like you're not saying that you definitely want to change it to this, or you do definitely want to change it to this, but you would still go under the stream if you had to.
I would love to go this route just to save the $3,000. I don't know why I didn't ask before. I don't know, but I wish I'd asked this question before. If this is possible, it's a much cleaner run and much less expensive, and there should be no impact on wetlands. It's an existing driveway, and everything we have is going to stay put, stay dry, and it's dry day.
Seems like it makes sense to me. I mean, I actually kind of wondered why you weren't doing that, but I figured there was some reason that I just didn't know about. So
yeah, I thought I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know why. I convinced myself that's too. I don't know why. And I wish I'd come across it earlier and said, "Hey, can I just go this way?" But I don't know. A month later, I figured out, I guess, and hopefully we can go that way.
well, it seems like there'd be less risk to any damage or whatever to the stream or anything. So the stream bed, wetlands.
Yeah, I don't see any changes, like any risks that are any larger than what was before. Is this just like are we essentially like approving a change and determining whether it requires an amendment, like in resubmission of the NOI, or what's the formal thing here, Travis?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they had an RDA, or was this an NOI?
Oh yeah, it was an RDA.
It must have been an NOI because an RDA would have been definitely disturbing the wetlands if he went under it.
I think it was an RDA in 2021, and then 2022 rescinded.
I think it was because some of the things are exempt, like the leach field and like single family home. I think that's
because it was already existing. That's right.
Yeah, I was trying to look at I looked up a little, I was like, I don't remember, amending an RDA. I found another town's website where it said like you can't change anything in the RDA without getting permission from the commission first. I don't know if we have a policy like that, but
Well, in that case, this would be a request for permission to change the method of running the water line.
yeah, I guess. And I don't I want to look at our special conditions.
I think all of our special conditions would still apply fine. The only one, it says placing a spoil pile outside the 20-foot no disturb zone and erosion control barriers around the spoil material, which if there is, it also says that if the stockpiled material is left for more than 1 day, then you need to put erosion control barriers around it. So if for whatever reason the equipment broke down and I think the same would apply, right? So if for whatever reason the trenching equipment broke down and you couldn't actually fill the trench in that one dry day, then you'd need to make sure that there were sufficient erosion controls around whatever soil was still outside the trench.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yeah, we'll pretty much tarp it and keep it dry if something does come up, something breaks down, but yeah.
So I guess maybe procedurally we could vote to, or, make a motion to approve the amended plan. I don't know, something like that. That sounds right?
Yeah, motion to approve the amended method of connecting 193 Barton Road to the water line for 193 Barton Road.
Okay.
All right, motion by Rachel, seconded by Erica to approve the amended plan. Any further discussion on that?
Was there a map showing the new route?
Yeah, there was a picture with, here, I can bring it up again.
Drawing. Okay. Well, just as long as there's something that shows what's going to be the actual
Yeah,
final.
You see this one? There is this picture that shows where the trench would be. And then they also sent this that like describes it in detail. The sizes.
Okay.
Does it explicitly say like with all the same special conditions, or we're not changing any of those? It's like implicit, right? If it's an amendment, then the same conditions still apply.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because it's still like part of the same RDA, I guess. Okay, any other discussion on that? Okay, hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Rachel,
Aye.
Erica,
Aye.
Kristen,
Aye.
and I'm also an aye, so that passes 4-0 to approve the updated plan for the water line at 193. That's what it was, 193 Barton Road. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Great.
Yeah. All right. Good luck.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Alan, are you able to?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Great. Thank you for your patience and my technical difficulties.
That's all right. We all have them from time to time. Do you have the ability to share anything, or should I share what we have in our Google Drive?
Yeah, I don't. Very limited here where I'm at.
Okay. While I get that up, do you want to just kind of give us an overview of?
Sure. The DPW is requesting an order of conditions for the annual maintenance of the swimming area, which has basically been in operation since the 1930s. We had an order of conditions and several extensions that have expired, so we had to file a new notice of intent. We're just looking to get hopefully a 5-year order of conditions. Did submit all of the annual maintenance, so you have that in your packet. And just any questions on any specific maintenance activities we do, feel free to ask and I can answer.
Okay. I might bring up the plan here.
We'll say I'm glad you're doing a 5-year request on the orders. Thank you.
I'm trying to get this to rotate properly. Okay. Okay, so here's the site plan showing the property. For anyone who isn't aware of what it looks like.
This is existing conditions, right, Travis?
Yeah.
Nothing new proposed in terms of structures or square footage, expansion, anything?
I don't think so. Just the
No,
ongoing regular
just
maintenance, right?
that we've been doing. Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll share the site visit photos. Alan, are you able to see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when we're looking at photos, you can see what we're seeing. That's what I wanted to know.
Yes, I can see what you put up there.
Okay. So this is like the beach area. There we go. Oh, this was a photo I took because it kind of looked like on the right side here, it kind of looked like there had been vegetation growing there and then it got cut down, maybe. I wasn't sure if that was
Yes. Yeah, I can explain what happened there. There was a lot of bittersweet growing in that area, so the DPW gave the tree committee permission to remove the bittersweet. So that's what you saw. That looked like it was slightly cleared. They got rid of a lot of bittersweet, and that were taking over those trees.
And I think on the left are 2 trees that were just planted in the past year, maybe.
Yes.
Those
2
little,
trees.
yeah. And this is the same thing, but looking the other way. And this, I believe, is where the lawnmower crosses to the other side through the river.
Yes, that's how we access the other side of the park from the river. We just, as far as maintenance, we just lined the bank with some riprap, 1.5 to 3 inch trap rock, just on the bank, not in the river, so we can have a decent crossing for the equipment.
So that's new, right, Alan? You're gonna put riprap kind of where those wheel marks are, right where that divot is on the bank?
Yeah, we actually have been doing it on a regular basis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's talking about like these rocks that you see here.
That's part of the normal.
Oh, I see. So this would just be refreshing it every so often, once a year, every couple of years?
Whenever it really needs it. If it's, if we're having problems with getting the equipment across, then we would fix it.
I think I took another picture further back too, showing there's some more of the rock up here going down towards the stream. And I was told that when the flows are too high, they just don't mow on the other side because they can't get the lawnmower over there.
That's true.
Okay, and yeah, there's the control structure, I guess. I actually didn't know until the site visit that during the summer, this is opened at the end of the day, at the end of like the swimming day, and then closed again at the beginning of the day.
Yep. Every day that it's open during the summer.
I think I always just assumed it like stayed down.
Yeah.
That's oh, and this is where, oops, let me go back. I don't think these are in the same order as the one I took them. This is the septic area, I believe, and the truck backs up into the edge of the parking lot here to empty the septic system.
Yeah, every once in a while it has to be pumped.
Mm. And that's just looking up. Oh, I think I might have been taking pictures of all the Japanese knotweed on the stream banks over there. All that red that you see. And this is the parking lot, and there aren't any proposed changes to the parking lot, right?
That's correct. No changes proposed.
I assume it regular or occasionally gets new. Oh, actually, at the site visit, he said that when there's like a big flood, they have to put down more gravel in the parking lot. Is that right?
Yeah, if any's washed out, we don't we keep the same grade, but if any material is lost, then we do replace it.
Mm-hmm. And this is just more pictures of. I think these are the same two trees from that first photo. This is looking back towards the parking lot. Yeah, these are not in the same order that I took them. So this is again looking upstream towards the Japanese knotweed. And there were some trees planted on the other side too. And that the other side over there with the picnic tables is where they have to downstream of here, they drive the lawnmowers over to cut the grass for that area. I'm trying to remember everything from the site visit that he told me. And so then this is looking downstream. And I believe the sand gets like pushed down like when it's like swimming season, and then it gets like pushed up in the off season.
That's correct. In the off season, we push it up as far away from the river's edge as we can, so it doesn't get washed away every spring. And then they respread it in this prior to it opening. Beach sand is expensive if it was to wash away every year.
Yeah, and that's sand that's like purchased and brought in.
Correct.
For the beach. Yeah. That's just a blurry photo of trees that were planted on the other side, the picnic side with Japanese knotweed there.
So I just have a question. Alan, this NOI is just for routine operation and maintenance. It's not for beach nourishment. You're not proposing any beach sand replacement as part of this filing?
No, they use the same sand, but there's some years where some storm events might wash some of it away. So there are times when we need to replace it. But there's no plan to bring in all new sand or anything. We just replace it as needed.
And we do have some other documents here. Division of Fisheries and Wildlife. Project as currently proposed will not adversely affect the actual resource area habitat of state protected rare wildlife species. Therefore, it is our opinion that this project meets the state listed species performance standard for the issuance of an order of conditions. Will not result in a prohibited take of state listed rare species.
We have DEP comments.
I don't see any. Mitch, did we get any DEP comments?
No, I don't think so. If it's not there.
Been issued a file number yet?
No, not when I got it.
And that's why, because it hasn't been reviewed yet.
The file number I have is 168-0347.
Okay, and it has been received and reviewed, or received, not reviewed anyway. The only question I have is
there, because I'm used to. Didn't we used to get all the? It was like the page from Mark that had the file number and comments at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem we've gotten anything from DEP yet.
Yeah, I wish I could share this. The only thing we received is that they did give us assign a file number, and they said, although a file number is being issued, please note the following: that project subject to review by the Massachusetts Natural Heritage Endangered Species Program, which you did get that letter from them. So that was their main comment.
What was the file number again?
The WE 168-0347.
I was just looking it up on the NOI lookup thing online.
my only question is that typically beach nourishment is a category 2 NOI, but I see this is filed as a limited project.
I'm just sharing what I just looked up that file number, and the only technical comments it has in here is what Alan just said about subject to review by natural heritage. And Kristen, could you explain more about the beach nourishment?
So if there's any excavation or fill in a resource area such as bank or riverfront, that's typically a category 2, but he's got checked under the Wetlands Protection Act Form 3 7B, which says it does qualify for a limited project. And he cites 310 CMR 10.53 H and I for maintenance of existing beaches and dams. And I was maybe wondering if, Alan, you could kind of talk to us a little bit about that a little bit more?
I believe because this has been going on since the 1930s that it's considered grandfathered.
Ah, thank you.
Travis, are you talking? You're on mute.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I was just saying I found this project narrative, or I opened up this project narrative document to, thanks for letting me know I was muted. So this has the annual work that they're proposing to do and additional maintenance as needed. So stockpiling the sand, setting the gates in place in the spring, removal of trees, stumps, and brush deposited against the dam in the spring, removal of mud, silt deposits from the beach area as required, grass mowing, rubbish cleanup, installation and removal of handicap accessible boardwalk and ramp, occasional tree planting, additional maintenance as needed, trimming and removal of trees and brush, maintaining and patching existing stone walls, removing mud silt from under picnic tables, removing mud silt playground area, patching existing concrete areas, moving septic system, repair and maintenance of footbridge, maintenance of river crossing on the north side of the footbridge by lining the bank with 1.5 to 3 inch trap rock to prevent erosion of the bank, removal of stone dust contaminated with mud silt deposits, parking area, and replace with clean stone dust with no change to existing grades, flushing and refilling the pool area when bacteria levels in the river are high. Yeah. And the just a question about the flushing and refilling. Is that just leaving, that's just leaving the gates open longer than usual, right?
Yeah, let it flush out the whole area before the boards are put back up.
Mm.
I have 10.53 H and I handy here. It states exactly what Alan just commented on. The maintenance of beaches and boat launching ramps, which existed on the effective date of 310 CMR 10.51 through 10.60, which is essentially April 1st, 1983. We can check that box. And then I is the maintenance, repair, and improvement, but not substantial enlargement of structures, including dams, buildings, piers, head walls, bridges, and culverts, which existed on the effective date of April 1st, 1983. When water levels are drawn down for maintenance, repair, or improvement of dams, water levels that existed immediately prior to such projects being undertaken shall be restored upon completion of the work, and a new NOI shall be filed. So I think that satisfies that. Can we motion on this if we're not sure if the DEP has commented and reviewed, or do we need to wait, or do we know if they've commented and reviewed?
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering as well.
If they issued the file number,
Who's the new circuit rider?
Thomas Gruskos,
Yeah.
something like that.
I liked how Mark used to tell us he was working, whatever nights, and we could call him if we had questions. Usually they issue kind of a letterhead to the commission. Have we received any other DEP letterheads from the circuit rider since Mark Stinson left for other NOIs since, I guess, January? Is that still their standard MO, or has it changed since Mark's not there anymore?
I don't remember what the last NOI was. I could look it up. Does anybody remember what the most recent NOI was? We can look it up and see.
I told you. Do you have any clue on that?
No, I'm not sure. This is my first one.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can say that, I looked up that number and they have issued a number for it, and they did leave a technical comment on, it shows it when you look it up online. The technical comments just say the project is subject to review by Massachusetts Natural Heritage and Endangered Species Program in accordance with the Rare Wildlife Species sections of the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act. Pursuant to 310 CMR 1059, the Conservation Commission shall not issue an order of conditions under 310 CMR 10.056 regarding any such project for at least 30 days after the filing of the notice of intent, unless an HESP before such time period has elapsed that either determined that the resource areas which would be altered by the project is not in fact within the habitat of state listed species, or if it has been determined that such resource areas is in fact within rare species habitat, rendered an opinion as to whether the project will have an adverse effect on that habitat. So we do have that letter.
Yeah, I don't know that I didn't issue that to us though. We had to find that.
I know, yeah.
I feel like there should be a letter. I know I filed an NOI in Southeastern Mass on that same date, and I haven't received comments from Southeastern Region DEP either. So maybe it's just too soon. Let's see, how many business days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 7 business days ago.
7 business days since when?
Since the April 29th?
That's
Not including
March
the
20th.
actual 29th?
Oh, this filing date's March 29th.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, they should have definitely emailed something.
The file number that I read to you is from an email sent by Thomas Gruskos to Ian Hodgson, who filed it on behalf of the DPW. So it was email correspondence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they would tell us if we motioned and closed it and it was inappropriate, right?
Yeah, I guess they would say you can't do that. So does anyone have any specific questions about this project then? Or anything anyone wants to see, site plan, any photos? I did find the from the last NOI. These are the special conditions, just as a point of reference, even though they don't necessarily apply to this this NOI. Notify natural heritage. Notify Massachusetts Riverways Program of Work. Trap rock may only be placed on bank and not in land underwater. Conservation Commission shall be notified when the swim area is being flushed. Those were the special conditions from last time.
What does that mean, being flushed?
Weirs are opened?
That means when there's high coliform levels, they have to, that's when they open it up, the dam, let the river flush down, clear out, and then they take another sample and to see if it passes, and then they'll do that until it's till it passes. Then they'll close it up again.
Do
And
we
it
wanna
happens several times a year when they have to do that.
Sorry, Alan.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I didn't mean to. My computer is on a delay today. I was just gonna ask, do we want to add any clarifying language on the riprap on the bank, just that it's where the machines cross the river and not further up or downstream, or I don't know if that's understood or if that's just the way it's always been. No, like expansion of existing riprap square footage, or I don't know, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even state specifically the square footage if it's already cited somewhere. So that it's on record.
If there aren't any other specific questions about the project, before we talk about conditions, I should open a public comment period. Anyone have anything else they need to ask immediately before that? All right, so I will open up the public comment period. Oh, I was gonna read the heading that we had. Public comment period for the public hearing, notice of intent annual maintenance at the Greenfield swimming pool, 31 Nashville Mill Road, DEP file number 1680347. Is there anyone from the public who would like to comment on this? Hearing no public comments, I guess I'll close the public comment period. I don't think there is a member from the public here, maybe. make a motion or any other comments or questions?
I'm just looking for a motion to accept the NOI.
Yeah, I guess.
Motion to accept the NOI.
Okay.
I guess with
Okay.
special conditions.
I think that was
Second.
seconded by Erica, motion by Rachel. And further discussion on that. So Kristen had said something about specifying.
Yeah, maybe something like, Alan, how wide is that? I mean, does it make sense to say like on the, whatever it is, 8-foot section of the bank necessary and not inland underwater? Like just to limit that area where the riprap is put onto the bank?
Yeah, that would be acceptable. Wouldn't need it any more than 15 feet wide.
15 feet. Whatever it is.
whatever- Yeah, whatever the existing footprint is, just no expansion of the existing footprint.
Sure.
I don't think I have any other special conditions. I'm wondering is the intention of letting the Conservation Commission know before the river is flushed just so that we can be aware of anything like potential downstream, or is that just like, I'm just wondering, I don't think I remember that notification coming to us in the past. And I'm not sure what the intention around, like, if it happens that often, like a couple times a year, you're saying like, is what the reasoning behind needing to let us know beforehand is.
To be honest, I don't know the exact reasoning. I remember at the time with the commission at the time just added that. They just wanted to be aware of what was happening, but they didn't really give a good explanation why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel that that is a necessary. I mean, essentially it gets flushed every day at the end of the day, for like a shorter period of time. It would just be that it would be open longer. I don't know. Maybe it was just like so that we knew that there was high bacteria at the time. I don't know. But I think the public gets notified anyway, so I don't think
they
we
usually
need
know
to
that.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it's a condition that isn't working in practice and also isn't something that we feel like is like beneficial or serves a purpose, then maybe we should strike that from the next version. I guess it would be good to maybe say that I'm just thinking like in what cases would we want to be notified about something, and I would just say like, if there's a major alteration to the plan because of a severe storm event. So, if the entire beach got washed away and had to be replaced or something, which if it required work outside of this NOA, I assume that the DPW would have to come and talk to us anyway. So maybe that's kind of redundant, but I don't know under what other circumstances I feel like we would need to be notified.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I could think would be like, I don't know, there's some significant like Japanese knotweed and other things like on the bank, and if people were going to be in there trying to rip that out, you know, but because I think this included, I can't remember if the narrative included removal of invasive species, or I think it did.
I don't believe it did.
Okay,
because
I might be remembering something else.
A lot of work to get rid of knotweed.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to request notification if there are any invasive species management within jurisdictional resource areas or areas jurisdictional under the bylaw?
I mean, I guess if it's not included in this NOI, then that would just fall under like a new RDA or something, right? That would be like a separate project, I guess.
Wasn't that Bank of Japanese knotweed? We discussed that recently with the Green and Greenfield group, because that was wasn't that part of their request that we asked them to come back with, like that they needed to file an NOI in order to be able to do the work. So
I think that was for Japanese knotweed that was on conservation land, and there's also some on recreation land,
okay.
Which would be on this parcel.
Got it.
So I think it kind of wraps around the whole river there. So
yeah.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is I don't feel a need to say that you need to come before us to talk about other things. I mean, it's basically like saying if you have another project that permitting, come and get it permitted. Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like the only real potential impact is just driving through the stream with the lawnmower, but that seems to be like the only way to get over there, and it's not. I don't think it happens that often. Any other potential conditions anyone would like to talk about before we vote on this order of conditions? No. Okay, hearing no further discussion, we will do a roll call vote on issuing an order of conditions for annual maintenance at Greenfield Swimming Pool at 31 Nash's Mill Road, map R27 lot 18, DEP file number 1680347, with standard conditions plus the special condition of not expanding the existing footprint of the river crossing. And Rachel.
Aye.
Kristen?
Aye.
Erica?
Aye.
And I am also an aye. So the motion passes 4 votes to 0. And we will issue that order of conditions.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your time.
All right. We appreciate you bringing this before us so we know what's going on. Okay.
Y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. Next on our agenda is update on 131 Verde Drive. Mitch, do you want to talk? You went and did a
Sure.
site visit.
Yeah, we have some photos from that, but what I found is that you went up right up to the pins, but not past it. So I didn't issue a cease and desist. But that looked good.
Okay, and I'll pull up the photos, and also I'll say that I was talking to Mitch about this and trying to figure out what had happened in the past, and there was an updated plan that Hannah approved with the condition that she inspect the foundation after the foundation's installed, and construction wouldn't continue until she inspected it. And she did go out and inspect
Eric did,
it.
but yeah, I think she was
Or
done at that
Eric.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. So then Eric went out and inspected it and then approved the project to continue at that point. So there was there was sort of a like an approval process that that did happen. I'm trying to, I forgot what I was doing, getting those photos up. Site visit was on 4/27. So that's one of the stakes for the 200-foot riverfront area. Mitch, I'm guessing this orange back here is the
Yeah,
stake.
that's one, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, and that's one there.
Can you go back one really
Yep.
quick, Travis?
Sure.
Is there a waddle in there or anything?
It doesn't look like it. And that's the last photo.
Are there supposed to be erosion controls?
Well, this site didn't have any conditions from us. There wasn't an RDA or an NOI. So any erosion controls would have been required by like, I don't know, planning department or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those projects where it's like, you know, if there's no disturbance to a resource area or buffer area, then there's, I don't know. It seems like it's outside of our jurisdiction.
Gotcha. So then he had to put those pins in related to a different project?
Well, the pins were required for, I guess there was the original NOI for putting in the subdivision that required putting in pins on all the parcels showing where the riverfront area was. That's the NOI that has expired. And he hasn't gotten a certificate of compliance yet for all the properties. So technically what should have happened is he should have gotten a the word is slipping my mind.
A certificate of compliance.
A certificate of compliance that saying that no work had been done, if, you know, or a certificate of compliance saying that, you know, the lot was laid out according to the original NOI, which doesn't include the building of a house. You know, it's just like building the subdivision. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think technically it would have been submit for the certificate of compliance for the NOI that had been expired before anything construction started, and then an RDA with the house plans showing that they weren't going to any jurisdictional areas. It would have been very easy.
Yeah. And then, but also like, you know, an RDA, if all of the work was going to be done outside of a resource area as it was, then technically you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do an RDA or an NOI or anything. So I don't know. There hasn't been a request for a certificate of compliance for this one yet. This was just an update to our having Mitch go out and look to see if we needed to do any enforcement at this time, which, in my opinion, it seems that we don't. My browser keeps not letting me go back to my browser. I have to like minimize everything else because the browser doesn't respond when I click on it in the taskbar. All right, any other comments on 131 Verde Drive? Okay, so next on our agenda is enforcement updates. Mitch, do you have enforcement updates?
Sent the enforcement order to Chris and the new property owners.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Then next on the agenda is project monitoring correspondence and site visit scheduling. Do we have anything for project monitoring, Mitch?
No, we got a letter of correspondence.
Okay.
From Green and Greenfield, just kind of thanking us and give more
Okay.
details about their sign, and there's an image of the sign.
Oh, here, I'll open that up. Actually, before we get to that, before we leave the like project monitoring, I was remembering there was a property that we were going to have them do some remediation, and we were going to go inspect it in the spring to see what plants were growing there. And that was last spring, and I don't think we ever did that. Is this ring a bell?
Yes.
Mitch, do you remember what that? I know you weren't here at the time, but I think I emailed you about it.
Yeah, I remember your email.
Do you remember which?
There was a couple of properties you were talking about. One of them
Yeah,
was
let me see.
on Spring Street, I think.
Oh yeah, 286 Plain Road.
Yeah.
I guess I was just wondering if we should reach out to them and see if we should do that site visit. I'm gonna try and find the. Oh yeah, there was an enforcement order. Oh man, I'm having a hard time finding this now. Oh yeah, so in the minutes, January 12th, 2021, agent explained that the property owner had applied for a building permit, determined that the proposed work would be within the 200-foot riverfront area. Upon conducting a site visit, it would determine the work, which involved ground disturbance for the foundation, had already been completed and thus a violation had occurred. The applicant ceased work and has come to the meeting to determine a plan for remediation. It was the agent's recommendation that the commission allow her to issue the building permit as long as an enforcement order is issued, directing the property owner to either complete invasive plant management or convert an area of lawn to native wetland plant species in an area equal to that which was disturbed. This determination was made by her based on the fact that this is first offense, the forthcoming and cooperative response of the property owner, and the relatively minimal area of disturbance. It was also suggested that another site visit be conducted in the spring to determine exactly what remediation would be appropriate.
Is this the landowner that asked if she could plant rose bushes?
No, that was 21 Spring Terrace.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just remembered that one, and I guess that makes sense to have Mitch reach out to them. I think the enforcement order said that they were going to have a plan to us by June 2021, but we never did that site visit that we were going to do to help inform what the plan was going to be.
Emailed Spring Terrace, just waiting for a response. And then I can email the other one if we want to do a site visit.
I think that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the enforcement order says restoration plan shall be filed on or before 6/1/2021 for the following 170 square foot area and remediation work, which will include either planting of native wetland species or invasive plant management. Property owner shall consult the Conservation Commission in the spring to reevaluate the vegetation on site before finalizing the restoration plan no later than 6/1/2021. So I guess we kind of let that slide, but yeah, I guess reach out and see if we can do a site visit.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and then you said letter from Greenfield. I can open up that letter. Oh yeah. Is that Mitch? Is that letter on the Google
Yeah,
Drive?
it's there. I saw it earlier.
Yeah, it's in this meetings folder under Highland Park vernal pool signage.
Oh, okay, yeah. By the name, I thought it was a letter from us. So there's a letter thanking us for our support of the project, including placing signs at the large vernal pool located at Highland Park. And then there's an image of what the sign will look like. Okay. All right, I think that's the last thing on our agenda. Anyone else have anything that at the last minute before our meeting to discuss? All right.
Who's Donna Festinger? Is this a member of the public?
I would take a motion to adjourn if someone would like to make one.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second for a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, motion to adjourn by Erica, seconded by Rachel. All those in favor of adjourning? Aye.
Hi. Sorry, my mute button has been very
Alright.
sticky tonight. Computer, I
Alright.
don't know if my computer's doing updates or my internet's shaky, but I apologize for my technical difficulties tonight, everyone.
That's okay. All right, so we are adjourned at 8:08 p.m.